Hi there, Andrew here. I love to be entertained, but I have no patience. So I give every new show I watch only one episode to hook me. Welcome to Debut Review. Today I will be watching the first episode of Stranger Things. Not a particularly timely episode of Debut Review, I know. But, I've been somewhat interested in checking the show out for a while, so hey, here we are. Interesting thing is, I know almost nothing about this show. I've somehow avoided nearly all of the marketing. I've never seen a trailer for it. I've seen some of the posters. All I know about it is it has kind of a 80s Spielberg Amblin aesthetic. And it has kids, so I'm guessing like Goonies or maybe Monster Squad. I don't think it's gonna be like It, R-rated, but you never know. So let's see what the show description is. It says, when a young boy vanishes, a small town uncovers a mystery involving secret experiments, terrifying supernatural forces, and one strange little girl. Okay. Well, there's secret experiments and terrifying supernatural forms, and that little girl's weird. Alright, one of these things doesn't belong. Starring Winona Ryder. Who is Winona Ryder? I haven't seen her in quite a while. David Harbour. I think that's the guy in the new Hellboy. So I'd be interested to see him in something, because I don't know that I ever have. And Finn Wolfhard, which is one of the most awesome names ever. I think that's one of the kids from It, so that's kind of interesting. TV shows, TV, sci-fi, and fantasy. And it is rated TV 14, yeah, so it's probably not going to be hard R like It. I kind of didn't want to do this episode. I've been planning on doing it for a while. I didn't want to do it tonight because I'm really tired. Work's been kicking my butt. Work's been kicking my butt so hard, I'm so tired, I only just now realized I'm wearing my underwear inside out. But it's comfy either way, so hey. Also, I don't have any interest in Stranger Things. Now, that's not to say I think it's going to suck. Everyone seems to love it, so I'm sure it'll be great. But when I say I don't have any interest in it, that doesn't mean I'm uninterested in it. It's just I don't really know enough about it to be interested in it. Like, as I said, I've never seen any trailers or anything, so yeah, I'm going into this completely cold, so let's see what the temperature is on the way out. I have seen Stranger Things. It's true on multiple levels. It's okay. At least the first episode. It's not bad. It's fine. I think, though, after this show and It, there is no longer any excuse to have bad child actors, because there are some good ones. The kids in It, good. The kids in this one, good. Especially the baby, Holly or something like that. Her reaction shots are funny. They don't really add anything. They feel a little out of place, but if I were editing this show and I had that footage, I probably would have cut to it too. So let's see. How does it start? So scientist guy is running out of a very empty science facility, And he's, oh, something's chasing me. He runs for the elevator and hits the button. Oh, press the button. And the doors open and he gets in and he stands there and he hits the close, close, close. And he looks out into the hall and there's nothing there. And he keeps looking out into the hall and there's nothing there. And he's still staring at the hall. I'm thinking, are these doors ever going to close? You would think he'd be jamming on that closed door button. But then he hears something above him. Ah! And something grabs him and pulls him up and then the doors close. Okay, so there's a monster or something. Cool. Then we cut to our three main kids. Four kids who are playing D&D, but they're playing it with figurines, which is a way to do it. I've never played Dungeons and Dragons with actual physical figurines. And I know you can play a perfectly legitimate way to play it. I know some people actually do the full like cloth map or the map where you can draw on it with marker and then erase it. We never did that, or my groups. We never did that. It was all in our heads and our minds. Pencil, paper, and die. That's all you need. Okay, so they're playing D&D, and then it's okay, it's 8 o'clock, so time to go home. So the kids all go their separate ways, and one kid is biking home and sees Slenderman in the road, and crashes his bike, and then runs off through the woods to his own home, and runs into the shed, grabs a rifle, loads it up, he's pointing it at the door, and then he hears something behind him. And he slowly turns around, and Slenderman is there, and then he disappears. Teleported? I don't know. And you might say, well, why didn't he just point the gun at Slenderman? Because he's a kid and he was scared. It happens. I'm okay with this. We then cut to Sheriff Dude, who sleeps with his pants unbuckled, and then walks out onto the front porch with his pants unbuckled. Does anyone actually do that? Sleeping with no pants I'll buy, but, I mean, if you're gonna unbuckle your pants, like, take them off. Or don't. I mean, you do you, but that just seems kind of odd to me. Or he was sleeping without his pants and then put his pants on and went, don't bother, I'm gonna go out on the porch and drink coffee. Okay. So sheriff guy is just kind of a jerk. Doesn't really care about anything. You find out later that he had a daughter and his daughter died, so maybe that's why he's a little bitter and just doesn't seem to give a poop. So Winona Ryder is the kid who goes missing's mom. And she's like, where's my boy? Oh no, file police report. So she talks to the sheriff guy. And he says, alright, fine, I'll look into it after I've had my coffee. Let's see. Then the kids go to school and they get bullied because of course they do. And then one of the kids' sister is seeing this guy named Steve, who's just a real slime ball who wants to do nothing but kiss. I don't know what she sees in him. Maybe he's a very, very good kisser. If that's enough for you, hey, great. That's not enough for me. You must also like My Little Pony. Yeah. So then the Men in Black are storming the facility from the beginning of the show, and there's the floaty bits. It looks kind of like The Last of Us. There's fungus growing on the wall, and there's pollen in the air. And they look at a pulsating bit of goo on the wall, and they're like, where is she? She must have left. And then it cuts to the girl who wanders over to a diner to get something to eat. And the diner guy's pretty cool. He's like, hey, kid, stop stealing the damn food. And he's like, oh, okay. Kid in dirty hospital gown. She's just getting a bite to eat. I'll make her a sandwich. That's nice. So he calls social services, but the Men in Black instead show up and shoot him. and try to grab the girl, but she uses her telekinetic powers to escape. Yes, yes, she has telekinetic powers. And then, of course, everyone's looking for the kid who went missing, and then the three main kids are wandering around in the woods, and then they run into the girl, and then they stare at each other. And that's the end of the episode. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Performances are good. I'm still impressed with these kids being able to give nice performances. That's nice. It's just not really a lot going on in this first episode, and it's like 45 minutes. I guess you're expected to give shows more than one episode, but I don't know if I'll keep watching this. Maybe just I'll keep watching. There's really nothing about this episode that's like, ooh, I need to watch episode 2. My only drive to watch episode 2 is everyone loves this show, and I'm kind of curious to see why. If I had never heard of this show and didn't know it was super popular and just was flipping through channels, which is something I don't do, but let's say I was, and watch this, I go, oh, okay, that's a thing, and probably never think about it again. I'm not going to watch episode 2 tonight because I'm tired. That might be another reason why I'm not particularly enthusiastic about this. Again, it's not bad. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But for me, you gotta do a little bit better than fine to get me to watch the second episode. One other thing I wanted to comment on was the score. They do a lot of synth stuff, almost John Carpenter, late 70s, early 80s John Carpenter-esque soundtrack, which is cool, and I like that sound. It doesn't seem to tonally fit this show, though. It feels out of place to me. Oh well. So, yeah, that's Stranger Things. I'll probably get around to watching the rest of it, or at least episode 2. But go ahead and tell me what your thoughts on the show and why I should not keep watching it. Be curious to know what you think, if you've seen the show and if you like it or not. And if you have any other shows, episodic shows, that you would like me to do a debut review for, hey, if I can get my eyeballs on it, might be willing to give it a look. I can't promise anything, but we shall see. So, have a lovely day, everyone. I'm going to go turn my underwear right side out.